You need to acknowledge the buyer's dilemma in a recession. Gas prices are off the charts. Inflation is hitting everything we buy on a daily basis. Buyers are facing a dilemma, how to get the most out of what they're going to spend. We all hope to avoid a serious recession, but one thing history has taught us is the economy goes in cycles. When there's a boom, there's eventually going to be a bust. I was reading just recently that the markets have actually been growing much longer than the average cycle. So we shouldn't be surprised that things are changing. If you want, you can point your finger at politics, economics, and even a pandemic, but the cause doesn't really matter. The economy is going to swing in the opposite direction. We just don't know how far and how fast. Buyer behaviors also change as markets change, no matter what you sell and who you sell to. Great marketing people know how to make money in both an up and down market. The key is understanding the dilemma your buyers might face when things get tight. Most everyone is going to squeeze those wallets a little harder to get all they can out of them. The dilemma for the wealthy class is different, but it still exists. It might mean they're going to cut back and only get the 85-foot yacht this year rather than the 115-footer they'd been planning on. Let's not worry about those people. I think they and everyone selling to them will survive just fine. The ones I want to focus on are those that still live pretty much month to month. Those that wish they had a little more coming in each month. Those that continue to spend a little more than they bring in. When markets are tough, these people have to make some hard decisions on how they're going to spend because essentially overnight, they've lost spending power. If you sell any product to people in this category, it's time to really look at your value proposition and messaging. It's easy to get away with sloppiness when the markets are booming. But when things get tight, your competition expands to include things that aren't even related to what you're selling. What you have to sell could really help someone or improve their overall quality of life. But if your benefits aren't clear or they're lacking in believability, a buyer in a down market might decide to spend their money elsewhere. The dilemma in the mind of a buyer plays out like a high school debate between their ears because now they're going to analyze choices with more critical thinking than in the past. If you're sloppy in your sales pitch, your messaging, your support for what you're promising, it's highly likely you're going to lose that sale. Like I said earlier, great marketing people know how to make money in good markets and bad. Acknowledging the buyer's dilemma and then refining everything you do in response to changing markets will help you continue to have success even if we slip into a full recession. People will continue to spend their money, but now you'll have to work a little harder to get them to spend it with you. Don't ignore these changes in the economy. Shift with them. You might even need to break down what you sell into smaller purchases, but there is always a way to continue to sell in any market. Just make sure you're clearly the best option a buyer has. The easier you make the decision for them, the more likely you'll find success. And that's the warrior way.